Hello everybody, welcome to iExamBee's LegalBee. This is Amrita, your law faculty here at iExam. आज के इस वीडियो में हम लोग एक इंटरेस्टिंग टॉपिक डिस्कस करने वाले हैं जिसपे मैं आपको कुछ इंपॉर्टेंट पॉइंट्स बताऊंगी कि आपको डिस्क्रिप्टिव आंसर कैसे लिखना है. एंड द टॉपिक इज फ्रॉम द इंडियन एविडेंस एक्ट, डाइंग डिक्लेरेशन. सो बिफोर वी स्टार्ट विद द डिस्कशन, डोंट फॉरगेट टू सब्सक्राइब टू LegalBee. सब्सक्राइब टू आवर यूट्यूब चैनल. ऐसे कई सारे वीडियोस आपको मिलते रहेंगे जो आपके एग्जाम प्रिपरेशन में आपके लिए काफ़ी बेनिफिशियल है. ये वीडियो सीरीज मैंने एक्सक्लूसिवली सेबी ग्रेड ए लीगल ऑफिसर एग्जामिनेशन फेज 2 के लिए स्टार्ट की है. एंड दिस इज स्पेशली हेल्पिंग यू विद द डिस्क्रिप्टिव सेक्शन. If you have any queries, you can write to us on hello@iexambee.com. You can also call on this number 9205524028. Visit our website www.iexambee.com. How to is the descriptive section. This is the series that I have started exclusively at LegalBee. And ये इस वीडियो का इस सीरीज का 9th वीडियो है. अगर आपने बाकी के वीडियोस मिस कर दिए हैं, I would suggest all of you to check it out in the playlist of LegalBee. सेबी ग्रेड लीगल ऑफिसर फेज 2 एग्जाम के लिए ये रेलेवेंट है. अगर हम एक बार वापस से फेज 2 का सिलेबस और पैटर्न देखें तो पैटर्न में तो आपको MCQs भी है, इंग्लिश डिस्क्रिप्टिव टेस्ट भी है एंड 3 डिस्क्रिप्टिव क्वेश्चंस आपको पूछे जाएंगे फ्रॉम लॉ सब्जेक्ट्स स्पेशलाइजेशन एरिया बेसिकली. एंड फेज 2 में अगर आप सिलेबस देखेंगे, क्रिमिनल लॉ एंड उसके अलावा एविडेंस एक्ट पे भी अच्छा खासा वेटेज है. सो एविडेंस एक्ट में से बहुत सारे इंपॉर्टेंट टॉपिक्स हैं जो हम डिस्कस कर सकते हैं. एंड फॉर टुडेज डिस्कशन आई हैव पिक्ड अप डाइंग डिक्लेरेशन. आई एम ट्राइंग टू पिक important टॉपिक्स फ्रॉम डिफरेंट subjects to try to give you a comprehensive coverage of, so that you understand that different laws, different areas, how you have to cover when any important topic is asked. So today's question is, what is dying declaration? Discuss the grounds on which it is admitted as an evidence. Always remember, अगर evidence में से ऐसा कोई question आता है, dying declaration हो, identification parade हो, confession ho, admission ho, all these you can do one thing. You can also add one point or one short note on the evidentiary value of that, irrespective of whether it is asked in the question or not. Evidentiary value आपने add करनी ही है. Okay? So starting with the introduction, always make sure that in all your answers you are having a good introduction for all the subjects. Section 5 to 55 of the Evidence Act deals with relevancy of facts. 32 and 33 of the Act lays down the provisions relating to statements by persons who cannot be called as witnesses. 32, in that 32 clause 1 is the relevant section for us over here. Cases in which statement of the relevant fact by person who is dead or cannot be found, etc. is relevant. So dying declaration is covered under 32 clause 1. Everybody should remember one thing, that 32 is a very wide section. Dying declaration is a part of that. Many times students they think that 32 is entirely talking about just dying declaration. ऐसा नहीं है. So be thoroughly prepared with your provisions of law, especially for this descriptive section. Section लिखे बिना आप आंसर में लिखोगे क्या? Isn't it? 33 deals with relevancy of certain evidence for proving in subsequent proceedings the truth of certain facts therein are stated. So that can be used in subsequent proceedings, whichever statements are made. Anyhow, by giving just a brief introduction about 33 as well, आपको उससे ज़्यादा डिटेल में जाना नहीं है. Now you can directly move towards your topic, the crux of your topic you can start covering now. Dying declaration, what is the meaning? What are the relevant provisions? 32 makes a relevant statement that is made by a person who is dead, who cannot be found, who has become incapable of giving evidence, or whose attendance cannot be procured without unreasonable delay or expenses. All these people are covered. A dying declaration is a declaration that can be written, it can be verbal, made by a person as to the cause of his death. This is very important thing, that dying declaration should be made by a person and it should relate to the cause of death of that person. This is very important. अगर वो statement cause of death से related नहीं है, then dying declaration is not a dying declaration in the true sense. or to any of the circumstances of the transaction which have resulted in his death. Underlying principle of the maxim nemo meritor presumptor, that is the actual maxim that is underlying this principle. No man, whenever he meets his maker, he is about to meet his maker, he is not going to lie, he is not supposed to lie. जब इंसान मरने वाला होता है वो सच ही बोलेगा, ऐसा हम लोग प्रिजम्पशन लगाते हैं. So this is nemo meritor presumptor mentity. This maxim means that a man will not meet his maker with a lie in his mouth. These are the proper words, the exact words. So a person who is about to die will not lie. ये डाइंग डिक्लेरेशन ऐसा टॉपिक है जो मैगजीन पे बेस्ड है, तो फिर आपने ऑटोमेटिकली उस टॉपिक से रिलेटेड जो जो आपको पता है कि इस टॉपिक में ये स्पेसिफिकली इंपॉर्टेंट है, तो आपने वो इंक्लूड कर देना है अपने आंसर में. That the statements are not made on oath, there is no cross examination that is possible because the person is not there. So how we are relying on it? We are ensuring the truth of that particular statement because they are given in that particular situation by that person. Conditions for dying declaration: the person should have died, the statement should relate to cause of death, has been made as to cause of his death or the circumstances that are resulting in death. अगर circumstances के बारे में भी बात करता है, directly नहीं बोलता कि क्या cause है, but circumstances explain करता है, then also it will be coming under the dying declaration. Cause of death must be in question. Obviously, अगर वो cause of death question में ही नहीं है तो आप dying declaration कैसे accept करोगे? Person making the statement must be in a fit condition to make the statement, and the statement must be complete, not an incomplete statement. So these are all the prerequisites of dying declaration. Declaration must be complete. Form of dying declaration: when a person is not capable of speaking or writing, he can make a gesture. So even a gesture, a nodding, that is also coming under dying declaration. This is something which is important again. Value of sign language will depend as to who recorded the signs. अगर कोई साइन लैंग्वेज के थ्रू भी अगर दे रहा है तो साइन लैंग्वेज का रिकॉर्डर कौन है, इंटरप्रेटर कौन है, ये सारी चीज़ें भी इम्पोर्टेंट होती हैं. And how we are able to understand those gestures and how we are able to interpret them well, ये सब caution code को exercise करना होता है. Lastly, as I told you, that evidentiary value is going to be the common point which you have to add in all the questions that are asked to you. Evidentiary value of the dying declaration, you have to elaborate. Yes, it is having a good substantive evidentiary value, we can say that. But court has to be cautious in that also. Queen Empress versus Abdullah, it is a very famous case. For cases in Evidence Act, you don't have any other choice, especially for such kind of topics. Dying declaration, confession. ऐसे केसेस में, ऐसे क्वेश्चंस में केस लॉज आना इनएविटेबल है. Yes, अगर आपको presumptions के बारे में पूछा है, there is no need. But in such kind of cases, definitely you need case. In such kind of questions, definitely you need cases. Evidentiary value of dying declaration depends upon the case to case and facts. That is also one thing. And Pakala Narayan Swamy versus King Emperor case, this is also very important. ये दो cases काफ़ी important है, आप इन्हें नोट डाउन कर लीजिए, या फिर आप सिंपली इस पीपीटी को भी डाउनलोड करके रख सकते हैं for your future reference and for your practice. So these cases also you can just give in brief. You don't have to go into much detail, but try to make your answers comprehensive. So this is all that I had to tell you, the important points about dying declaration. If you have any queries, you can write to us in the comment section of this video, or you can reach out to us directly through email. You can also make a phone call. बाकी डिटेल्स आप चेकआउट कर सकते हैं www.iexambee.com. And yes, don't forget to subscribe and prepare 50% faster with us at iExambee. Thank you, everybody.